Today I'm going to show you how to make a no-sew COVID face mask from an old t-shirt, a scissor, and a ruler. So the first thing you do is get permission to cut up an old t-shirt. When you have your permission and you have your t-shirt, you're going to hold the t-shirt and take it by the two bottom sides, and you're going to fold the t-shirt lengthwise. So when you're done with the fold, your sleeves will be together, your neck is at one end, and the bottom of your t-shirt is at the other. You're then going to fold it one more time and half again. And the reason why I fold it in four instead of just leaving it straight is because this helps me better make a straight line, although this is be interesting because I'm working with a striped t-shirt. Maybe my lines will be straight if I just follow the t-shirt. We shall see. So the next thing you do once you have your t-shirt laid out is you want to get your scissors and your ruler, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut off the bottom hem of the t-shirt. So you make sure all parts of the t-shirt are laying flat. And then I am just going to make a cut here, and I'm actually going to follow this line. And the great thing about this project is if you don't cut it straight, you can make additional cuts later to even things out. Okay, and the reason why I make this cut is because I don't want this hem as part of my face mask. Now, I'm ready to then, oops, some of it didn't cut. Okay, now I have a pretty straight bottom piece to work with, and now I'm going to use my ruler and measure 8 inches from that cut. And I'm going to, which is approximately for me this line, but if I didn't have stripes in my shirt, I would just make a nick in the material where I knew the 8 inches were, so I could then follow that line across. You may need an adult to help you if you're younger or your scissors aren't as sharp. Okay, so now I have a large piece of material. I'm going to leave that to the side, and I'm going to make 2 more smaller cuts in my t-shirt material of about 1 inch apiece. So I take my ruler and I size up 1 inch. It's about to here, and I make my cut. That's going to be for one strap of my mask, and now I need another. So again, I'm going to measure 1 inch, and then I'm going to make my cut. I'm going to take the rest of my t-shirt and put it away. I'm going to open up the strap piece for my mask, and I'm going to cut off the hem of my t-shirt on one side and the hem from the side of the t-shirt on the other side. I now have 2 strips. So what I'm going to do to the first strip is I'm just going to pull it gently and apply pressure, and when you do, you find that the strip begins to curl and be less of a flat piece of material. Okay, so when you're done, your strip looks more string-like. You take your second strip of material and you do the same thing, and you don't want to pull so tight, but you just want to pull it apart a little bit. It'll snap back a bit, and as it gets pulled, it turns more into a string-like coil than your flat piece of material. Okay, so now that I have my strings, I lay them down. I'm going to get rid of my extra. This other piece of length we can use for another mask if we need to, because I think the strings we've already cut will be long enough. Okay? Put my scissors down, put my ruler down. Now I'm going to go to my material and take my scissors, and this side seam I'm going to cut right off. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same to the side seam on the other side of the material. Just cut it right off. Okay. Now I'm going to take one of my sides and lay it down flat. If there's any part that's particularly uneven, you can now begin to make your cuts to straighten it up. I take one of my strings and I'm going to put it about 1/3 of the way down on both sides of the piece of material, and again I'm going to put this other piece, this other string, about 1/3 of the way down. Okay, now I'm going to take my left side of the material and I'm going to fold it in to the center. And I'm going to take the right side of my material and I'm going to also fold that in to the center. I'm going to take my two string bits at the top, and I'm going to tie them in a knot. And because I'm going to use this mask all the time, this way, I'm going to make sure that I know that this is the top of my knot, so I'm going to put a double sort of knot in the top and not tie it in a bow. So that will be the top part of my mask. When you're ready, you just pick up your mask, holding the material flat so it doesn't fall off the string. And you're going to take this string where you made the knot, and this is going to go at the top of your head. So when you're ready, you just take your mask, pull it to the top of your head, then you take your bottom strings and you tighten them. And there you have a COVID face mask protecting you front to back. Super comfortable, super cheap, super easy.